Welcome back to Detroit Sports Plus, and look who we have here.
Whoa.
Wow.
Feels good to be back.
Where'd you come
Sight for
from?
sore eyes.
It's bigger.
Emphasis on the sore eyes.
Yeah.
It's bigger than I remember.
You know what they say, never get into a bidding war with Detroit Sports Plus, and we just gave Ben an offer he couldn't
Yeah, I
refuse
just
to
that
come
was
back.
that was how I got a vacation. You know,
Details were not disclosed.
No, none of that is public.
I used up all my vacation, so the only way to get that week off was to quit. Just come back.
Well, we're happy to have you back, Ben. And you
Welcome
know
back.
what better way to welcome Ben back than with some hot takes? I mean, hot takes were like his bread and butter.
You know
this
what,
whole
though?
thing.
It's kind of like those veterans that don't sign until after training camp.
Yeah.
Ben was like, I'm going to skip this summer. I'm going to come back for football season.
I was like, I got a lingering issue. Just,
What do you think?
Ben and
couple
Zadarius Smith were just hanging out.
yeah. Although I'm still married.
Oh, wow. Okay. He's coming back hot, guys. Ben, how you been following the Lions? What do you?
Yeah, you know, as much as I can.
Yeah.
Following you guys, listening. You know, all the time.
So what did you see in the preseason game? What interested you?
Well, this past one, I just wanted to see if Hendon Hooker could step up at all, and that just didn't happen. So I think, you know, the biggest takeaway from that game is Kyle Allen has to be our backup quarterback.
The Hendon Hooker era is coming to a rapid end.
Did it ever begin? I mean,
but I mean, he was the number 2 quarterback for
Yeah.
a lot of the last 2 or 3 years or whatever. Has it been 3 years, 2 years?
yeah.
And
This whole
both
run.
years they brought in other veterans to kind of replace him at some point in the season or before, and it just didn't work out.
Yeah.
I think we just have to admit it just didn't work out.
I think if you now knowing what we know and seeing what we've seen from Hendon Hooker, you can look back at some of the moves that the Lions made, and like we should have been reading in between the lines that like they were clearly showing a lack of confidence in this guy.
You don't
And
just
it's
bring
even-
Teddy Bridgewater off the street
Off a high school
because
field.
you trust the backup.
yeah, exactly. And like Hendon Hooker, he had flashes, but like you said, I mean, it's not like they're bringing in guys who are, you know, overly established, and these guys are beating him out
Yeah,
regularly.
Nate
so.
Sudfeld. Don't
Hendon
forget.
Hooker is the ultimate example of the backup quarterback is the savior as long as he never has to play or get on the field, because everyone, I remember years ago, we were like, ooh, is it Hooker time? Oh my God, he's awful. Like, it's just laughable that we ever thought that this guy had that potential to overtake Goff.
10 times scarier now knowing what we know that
Yes.
potentially these last few Lions seasons could have hinged on Hendon Hooker if Jared Goff
Yes.
would have gotten hurt.
Totally.
Yeah.
It's a
was
rare
that
miss.
Is that the main takeaway from you guys from this most recent preseason game, is that Hendon Hooker has ceded the second quarterback lead to Kyle Allen?
Yeah, because you can't even trust Hendon Hooker playing, you know, 4th string players on another team. I mean, he still looked like he was struggling out there. So this whole Hendon Hooker experiment, I'm done with him. I mean,
I'm done with him.
does he make the practice squad? Is that where he ultimately lands?
Yeah, it could be. I think, you know, you look at Brad Holmes' drafting record, it's stunning, right? You're going to miss once in a while.
Yeah.
But then you think about, man, like what he's done with 3rd-round picks since he's been here, and that they used it on Hendon Hooker, who is basically never going to play a valuable, you know, any snap of any value for this team.
Yeah, it hurts.
It hurts because, you know, he could have got someone in that spot that is contributing or has contributed by now. And really, it's just it's a total miss of the pick. But
Yeah.
I was going to say the other thing that I got from preseason is that the wide receiver room is stacked, and that competition for those last 4 or 5, that 4th and 5th spot is going to be really fun to watch.
Plus,
in
I'm
this
happier
last game.
with Kyle Allen as a backup because I have to constantly call Hendon Hooker Hendon in front of my 12-year-old son. So that's a lot better to avoid the snickering. But that's
What do you call Isaac TeSlaa to your son?
TeSlaa. I love TeSlaa.
Yeah, Ken and I were talking a little bit before the show, and it feels like TeSlaa has like maybe even cemented himself already as the number 3 wide receiver. Obviously, you don't count Laporta in that, but the Lions have sort of had a little bit of a rotating number 3 the last few years, and they went out 3rd-round pick, right? We were just talking
Yeah,
about
they
3rd-round
traded
pick.
up for him.
Yeah, and it looks like they got a really good value.
It's just one of those guys that you always see on draft day. Brad Holmes goes and gets those guys that he wants, and then you see him on the field, and you're like,
It works.
I see it. I see it.
I see him, and I'm just like, Brad Holmes did it again. I fully expect Isaac TeSlaa in 2 years to look like Cooper Kupp. I mean, anything less than that, I'd be disappointed.
Okay.
I think we've hit a. I think he's going to be a star. And I
Guys
think
like anything less than Jerry Rice, and I'll be disappointed.
Well, Ben is our resident wide receiver overreactor. So
yes,
Yeah.
and I think if TeSlaa is really good, I think it opens so many doors to what we'll be discussing next offseason with JMO and all of that. But I think TeSlaa was a really, really smart move by Brett Holmes.
I have to call out our guy Jason Colthorpe for a take he had this morning. He was talking about it was twofold. From what he's seen from TeSlaa, he thinks that basically closes the door on any chance that the Lions extend JMO beyond his rookie deal, which I agree.
I agree.
And also, he thinks that Tim Patrick could be in danger because of the emergence of Jackson Meeks. What do you guys think about those?
Okay, so I think that TeSlaa was going to start the season in the third wide receiver spot. You got Tim Patrick is out. He's not going to be ready for the beginning of the season. Khalif Raymond, he's kind of just an everywhere guy. I don't even look at him as the third receiver, and I don't think the team wants him to be the third receiver.
Yeah.
So I think he slots in right there, and if he's on the field being productive, Tim Patrick is going to have a hard time getting that spot back. I don't know that even if he comes back, he's going to be splitting snaps in that spot with TeSlaa.
It's going to feel like Donovan Peoples-Jones had that role a couple years ago, right? Where it was like, well, we need 5 wideouts, so like Tim Patrick gets on the field. Yeah. What are you thinking about Jason's hot takes, Ben, as the chef?
Is it a really hot take when you're talking about, the 5th or 6th option in this
What about
offense?
your guy JMO, though, specifically on that front? Like, do you see JMO as good as he was last year, as good as you probably expect him to be again this year, as someone who will be around long term?
No, because I think that we do exactly what the Chiefs did with Tyreek Hill. I'm really hoping JMO has an even better year this year because that just means a better return. But I think he's shown you enough in the past few years. I just don't trust giving him $100 million. So I think he's got to prove himself to be a big trade component after this offseason.
I think you want to nail down a number 1 receiver, which the Lions have done. I don't think you want $100 million invested in 2 different wide receivers. I mean, especially with a lot of the guys that the Lions need to still extend. Do you want to keep Brian Branch around or do you want to keep JMO around, right? So, yeah, I think they're sort of being proactive in making sure that the wide receiver room is stocked up in anticipation of, letting JMO fade into
I just can't believe what I'm hearing from Ben Bell.
The JMO guy.
I love JMO.
JMO was going to be the number 1 wide receiver last year to this team, and now he's preemptively trading him away. He's hoping he has a good season, not for the Lions' benefit as far as on the field goes. He's like, just increase your value so we can get you out of town.
You've changed, man.
I'm with Brad, man. This is a business, all right? Business decisions got to be made.
It's strictly business, not personal.
Ken and I need a couple of minutes to react to this. So we're going to come back and we're going to dive into the sign stealing scandal.